Hey, what's up YouTube? Israel back with a quick video. Well, I have a cold right now and it's made it pretty difficult for me to review fragrances for you guys. So I want to take this opportunity to give you guys the top 10 designer fragrances I'll be wearing this spring. Stay right there. So I'm not sure about the state that you live in, but here in Texas, we do get a good mix of warm and cool days in our springs. So a lot of these fragrances in today's list are going to be sort of gourmandy, sort of fresh, sort of light, not too heavy, but not light enough because it is going to be, still chilly and needs to be heavy enough to at least cut through some of that cool spring weather. Some of these are going to be cheapies, and some other ones are going to be a little bit more expensive, but nothing too bad. They are designers, of course. So let's go ahead and get this list started. So coming in number 10 is a cheap but good fragrance from the house of Perry Ellis. It is one of my favorites from the house. It is fresh, with some bergamot and spicy, with some cinnamon, star anise, tonka, and some vanilla to give it some sweetness. From the house of Perry Ellis, we have Perry Ellis M. So coming in number 9 is one of the newest releases from the house of Calvin Klein. It is a CK1 flanker. It is a fresh, spicy fragrance that has apple, vetiver, pink pepper, and cinnamon. It is CK1 Platinum Edition. So coming in number 8 is a fragrance that I did a video on not too long ago. It was a cheap but good fragrance, and I believe I ended up going with the Eau de Parfum version because it lasted a bit longer, but it does smell the same as the Eau de Toilette. It does start with the fresh lemon blackcurrant opening, and it kind of dries down with a chocolate, tonka bean, kind of gourmand smell. From the house of Hanae Mori, it is HM. So coming in number 7 is a fragrance from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo. I didn't like it at first impression, but it took me some time and it did grow on me. It is a fresh gourmand. It has bergamot and broxen to give it the freshness, tonka bean and sweet notes to give it the sweetness, and some heaviness, yet still fresh at the same time. From the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, we have Uomo. So coming in number 6 is probably my favorite fragrance from the house of English Laundry. It has bergamot, grapefruit, and apple to give it some freshness, some peppercorn, clove, and cinnamon for some spiciness. I do consider this a good, fresh, spicy fragrance. I think there's a little tobacco in there to kind of give it a little bit of a tobacco twist as well. So from the house of English Laundry, we have Windsor. So coming in number 5 is a fragrance I did another cheap but good fragrance video on last year sometime. I wasn't a fan of the original. This is a flanker. This fragrance has citrusy notes, woods, watery notes, and some tonka to kind of give it a bit of a gourmandness. This is a fresh, creamy, spicy fragrance. From the house of Azzaro, we have Chrome Pure. So coming in number 4 is one of my favorite releases from 2018. The original version of this fragrance really lacked in the performance department. This fragrance opens with a handful of citruses and some ginger, goes into some pepper and some woody notes. This is a fresh, spicy, sweet fragrance. From the house of Lacoste, we have L'Homme Lacoste Intense. So coming in number 3 is another favorite release of 2018. This is a fresh, fruity, sweet gourmand fragrance. It is a flanker of the really popular 1 Million. We have 1 Million Lucky. So coming in number 2 is a fragrance I recently picked up at TJ Maxx for $12.99 for 30 ml, which is a steal. This is more of a personal favorite of mine. Something in this really does remind me of a hay note, even though there's no hay in it. And it just reminds me of a friend of mine's barn that he used to own with horses back in high school. And we would go out there in the springtime, and this fragrance really does smell like that. This fragrance has bergamot, creamy sandalwood, and fresh green cypress. From the house of Art of Shaving, we have sandalwood and cypress. So coming in number 1 is a fragrance I really didn't like at first, but I ended up getting a bottle recently for very cheap and, gave it a few wearings. Ended up liking this one a lot. This fragrance has bergamot, hazelnut, coffee, chocolate, and leather. Sounds a bit more on the winter side of things, but there's something in this composition, I don't know where it comes from, that gives it a bit of a mineral water kind of quality, just like fresh mineral kind of quality that gives it a bit of a freshness. And to me, it's good enough for spring, the warmer side of spring or the cooler side of spring. I believe this was supposed to be a clone, but it doesn't have any iris in it. That gives you a clue on what this one is. So coming to number 1, we have Valentino Uomo. Alright guys, so those were my top 10 designer fragrances I'll be wearing this spring. Please leave me your top 10 list down in the comments below. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching another video on my channel. If you like this video and want to see more videos like it, please give me a thumbs up. Please consider signing up for notifications by hitting that notification bell. That way when I upload new videos, you'll be the first to find out. Please follow me on Instagram, Dollars and Cents. Please like, comment, subscribe. Until next video, you guys take care. Thanks.